On a Wednesday night. This isn't our scheduled live stream times, but I figured I'd pop on a live stream and share a little bit about my day and what I'm doing here. I'm going to be working on making some tongs up for a fellow smith in trade for a mechanical iron worker that I'm trading for. And so if you all get in here and you guys like this, make sure to like the feed. Oh, hey there, Brian Neely. Good to have you here this evening. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing tonight. I'm going to be working on making some different tongs. I've got the reins all drawn out here, all blanked up. I'm just doing a special little forging session. This isn't in replacement of our Friday night. Friday night we'll do another live stream. But this one tonight I was just going to bring you guys along for the ride. Spend the evening with me a little bit. So. Haha, cool. County Line Forge. Everyone, hello. George Mew, good to have you. Granddad's Forge, yo, back at you. Let's see here. Lynn Brandstad, nice to see you here. Good evening, Charles. Don Coffee at Coffee's Forge, hello. Good to have you here. Toby Clayton, good to have you. Everybody else, good to see y'all. So, for those that didn't catch on right off the very beginning, and you're not watching on the replay, I'm just making some tongs. I was kind of, I guess you could say, commissioned by a fellow smith. He's an older guy, an older gentleman at our club. I've been talking to him about a mechanical iron worker that he has for the longest. And he said, well, if you forge me 5 pairs of tongs, you know, that I was making in one of my classes, he said, we'll trade. I'll give you my mechanical iron worker for 5 pairs of tongs. So, pretty good deal. I've got some project videos in mind how to turn it from a mechanical iron worker into a pneumatic based iron worker. And so that ought to be fun, and do some videos on that. Oh. Hello, Corey Shire, good evening. Mr. Gravity, hello to you. Oh. Lynn Branstad, good timing. Just came in for the shop. Cool. Well, good. So, this isn't going to be an instructional or a tutorial or anything. If you guys have questions as I'm working, you guys can go ahead and just shoot them out my way. If I get to see them, that'll be great. All I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working and getting these laid out here and sharing a little bit about my tong process. Now, I don't know if I've shown these in a video. I believe I have. But these are my keys that I make. I make all sorts of gauges in the shop for measurements, quick measurements. And so I'm going to work on wolf jaw tongs first. That has all my notation marks on it about how much I need for the nibs and things like that. And so I'm just going to set that on there and get this center punch marked out. Pretty much. Basically put. Now some of these are a little longer than what they need to be, so I'll have to trim them off, trim them down. We get this up here. So like this, for instance, is a lot longer than what it needs to be. So I'm going to trim it off. Don't need that much for wolf jaws. I'm going to line that up with the other one and do the same thing, trim it off. So Jessica's in the house with the kids. I'm only going to be on for about an hour or so. And then we got a little movie night planned out with the kiddos, so we're going to be doing that instead. And if I miss any comments, if I miss any comments, just re-ask them and I'll see if I can get them. So. Somebody said, where are you going to put the iron worker? See here, Lynn Branstad. I'm not sure yet. Not sure yet. I'm going to have to find a spot for it. I think I've got an ideal right in front of my electrical panel. It's fairly large, so it might actually go outside, and I might build an additional little lean-to off the shop for it. It's a good deal. A mechanical iron worker is essentially like an iron worker. It's got a shear in it, and it's got holes through it, and die holes through it that can shear off bar stock, things like that. And so this one used to have like a big 6-foot lever arm on it that you would pull down, and that's what would shear the stock. Marquez. Suspend it from the ceiling. There you go. Anyways, I'm going to outfit it with either a hydraulic ram and turn it into a hydraulic one, or a pneumatic ram and turn it into a pneumatic, or whatever they call it, pneumatic hammer instead. Iron worker, if you will. Pastor Josh Smith, good evening to you. Good to have you in the shop. So we get these hot. I need to trim off a little bit of the excess on these, on those portions for the wolf jaws that I got to make for the guy. And we'll move on and lay out the other ones. Also, if anybody just has like burning questions of desire that you absolutely need answered in your hop skippity, the super chat function is enabled. So if anybody wants to donate to the shop that way, you can use that super chat. Use it as a donation type deal. It might take me a while to get to answering your question. Once again, I'm just trying to get this stuff done in the shop tonight, so I'm a little more focused on that, if you will. Oh, let's see here. Okay, those are perfect already for bolt jaw. Sweetness. So those won't need any adjustment. So, good evening, Beard and Hammer. Love the screen name. Oh. I am glad to have everybody here in the community, and I don't know if anybody has seen Chandler's Hammer auction. Last time I checked on it, it was over $500. It was around $550 for that hammer. So thank you everyone out there that's been bidding that up over on eBay. I'm sure that will definitely help out Chandler. So I'm proud to have that hammer going to one lucky smith out there. Or a wealthy smith. I guess it's not luck, but I'm happy to have that go to him. So, all right. If I keep doing this, it's because the stuff goes away. The chat fades out after a while if no one comments. Yes, it is awesome that it is doing so well. You know, you never know when you do something like that. Sometimes it's just, you know, people can't afford it. They can't afford to donate that much. Other times people are just don't want to spend money on an item like that because it is a bit of a frivolous purchase, even though it's going for a good cause. So a lot of things have to kind of line up for folks. So I've given away stuff before, or made something to be auctioned off before, and brought way less than what I could have just sold it for personally and gave the money to it, to the charity instead. So you really never know how those things go. I want to look at doing a raffle next time I do something charitable like that and see if there's a way of, I got to research the legalities of it, but that would be a much better way. Give everybody more fair shake at getting it, maybe those that don't have that much money to spend, but still want to contribute. No, I have not been getting the notifications for Chandler's video posts. I'm gonna have to keep looking over there on his channel. I watched the video where he took the big air compressor, right? He took that big air compressor down from its stand. But the only reason why I found out about that is somebody else had mentioned it in an email they sent me. And I didn't even know he had started doing moving videos yet. So I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if he's got them set to unlisted or private or what. What's up, Curtis McPherson? So, Roy's Casino, Granddad's Force. There you go. We can just all roll dice. Whoever rolls high numbers gets entered. Bridget Ireworks, hello, hello. Alright, these are good and hot. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of this material here. Like I said, I'm by myself tonight. This was just unscripted, so you'll just have to bear with me. Get off there. do this next one here real quick. Oh, come on. Losing the heat a little at a time. There we go. That went in a much safer direction. Alright. Alright, got that. The big old brick one. Yep. Okay, some of his videos are only on Facebook. Well, that would explain why I'm not seeing them all, so. Oh, it's Patreon preview. Okay, well, I'm not on a Patreon member, so I must be getting it after he releases it later on. So. All right. Yeah, that's true, Rigid Ironworks. Things can get pretty bad in the world. It is very cool that everybody, you know, have gotten back, you know, to see how everybody's kind of went and kind of surrounded Chandler and supported him with some love, things like that, and to see his attitude change 180 degrees. That was really, really cool. And for me, that's what it's all about. That's what we're meant to be as blacksmiths. We're meant to be encouraging to other smiths. Hell, just as human beings, we're meant to take and help other human beings. That's what we're meant to do. Ian Lowe, what we're making tonight is I'm working on some tongs for a fellow blacksmith that has offered me a mechanical ironworker in trade for about 5 pairs of tongs. So that's what I'm working on this evening. I can't fit it with my normal workload, so I usually work on stuff like this at night type thing. But that's what we're doing. Andrew Freeman. Yeah, I probably 1.5 pair of tongs answering questions. Yeah, that'd be about right. Alright, so I'm going to get here. Pretty much these go just like any of my tong making videos. I'm going to use half on, half off blows to drive the material down from the nibs. We'll get those refined. These are going to be wolf jaws, so we'll cut in the grooves of them, of the jaw portion of it, before we knock them together. But we'll cut the grooves in it, and then we will offset the boss and clean it up. Pretty basic. It's the same way as I've been doing them on all my videos. So nothing new here, nothing radical or exciting. I'm going to try to focus on getting some of these set up here. Knocked up to start. And this looks way hotter than it is actual in real life here. Just to let you know. See if I can find that punch mark. There we go. So all I'm going to do right here is just get these started. They're not quite hot enough yet. Just finding that punch mark. Oh, come on now. Alright, now we can get those good and hot again. Alrighty. JG Clark 45, I'm doing good. Yeah, I was talking about Chandler there, Ian Lowe. Coffee's Forge, it is we got almost 6 inches here. Not too bad though. Don Fry, let's hear. You made my forced air propane burner forge. And the end that goes into the forge gets very hot and red. Is this normal and safe? Is it the one with the... Gmail me that and show me the forge, show me the burner that you're using and the way it's set up, and I'll be able to answer that a lot better. Technically it should not glow red, but depending on how your forge is constructed and designed and whether it's too far in or too far out, it can make a big difference in burners. I don't mean to be aloof about that, Don Fry. Just give me a Gmail and give me some pictures, and I'll try to get back with you and help you diagnose what's going on there. Anybody who doesn't know my Gmail, it's christcenteredforge@gmail.com. Yep, good. Good, Don. Like I said, I don't like to be elusive, but I can't really answer. Gas forges are kind of a tricky business of getting running right. So I like to see some pictures before I give you a license to blow yourself up. Oh, Graham Pepper, good to have you here. Thank you for coming all the way from Australia to be here. Rain in Northern California. You'll take it over snow. I actually like snow pretty good. If it's going to be cold, at least let it be snowy. You know, that's my opinion. But if it's going to be sunny, man, let it just be nice and clear. Nice and clear and dry. So. Alright, so I'm going to get these pretty darn hot. Since I'm doing a lot of compression here, I've got to take and get it the steel likes to be quite hot for this. It just helps. So. Paul Fontini, another Aussie here. Cool. I am so glad that everybody in the comment section, all the guys that are subscribed to the channel here, get to know one another and start hanging out. Cool, Don Fry, all the way from Ontario, Canada. Awesome, I love Canada. Very neat place. Never been, but I hear it's neat. I've got a couple friends named Mike and Megan, they live up there. Alright, so real quick, we've got 50 people here in the live stream, 29 likes. Thank you for every last one of those. Thank you all for being here on this little impromptu thing. We're only going to run about an hour because that's what I told my wife and kids we were going to do, so. 30+ years. Much rather work in the snow over the rain. Yep. Yeah. That's cool, Andrew Freeman. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Crazy Paint 1969. Yeah, she does a little bit of forging. She's just kind of getting into it a little bit when she's got some time and break from the kids. She enjoys doing that. I'm a believer watching from North Coast, British Canada, or British Columbia, Canada, BC. Very cool. Look it up. Enough of me talking. Time to do some pounding. I'll move you guys back here. Hopefully this isn't too bad of camera angles and whatnot. Trying to get you all in at a fair shake here. You guys see what I'm doing. So I'm going to just start these again just by hammering straight down on them. Not going to go too crazy with it. I need something that's roughly about 3/8 square, maybe a little taller than 3/8 square. Almost 1/2 inch by 3/8. That'll give me what I need to chisel my jaws. Pretty much like that. Keep that warm and do this other one here real quick. Now at the very end of these, since I just cut it off of the party tool, they'll need to be ground off flush, but I'm getting there. So, alright, what we got here? Graham pepper, I am making some tongs. I'm making a wolf jaw tong right now for trade. Less yakking, more whacking, Corey Shire makes. Says. Ha ha! I'm all yakking, no whacking. Daniel Moss, good to see you here. Alright. Let's see here. Out. Let's see here. Don't know if I can, see here. Coffee's Forge, how many hours are you shoveling coal? Is that directed at me or somebody else? Alright. I'm doing good, Daniel. Working hard. And then hardly working. Seems to be the thing about this time of year. So here all I am doing is just cutting in my jaw grooves. You know, about equally spaced. Nice thing about a cold chisel, you can work really down into these lower temperatures pretty darn effectively and get most of all your grooves cut in your jaw all in one heat, which is pretty nice. I'm just going to refine the depth of those. Voila. Okay, that's not too bad. Might be hateful. I have a little cleanup work to do on the end, like I said. Let's not get too hateful. So I got all the grooves cut in that one. Now what I'll do after this is I will offset that boss then. And then I'll just set these aside and continue working. And then I'll do all my drilling and riveting work at a later date. I'll put that back in the forge and cut on the other one. Hopefully I'm not missing too many comments. Think everybody did? Okay, you from Saturday. Yeah, Coffee's Forge, not a whole lot of people showed up. I personally I helped load close to probably 12,000 pounds worth of coal. So, and I kind of got there a little late, so. Rigid Ironworks, no. Friday night's live stream will be still going on. I may just do a Q&A live stream for that one. Not sure yet. I'm not as far along on the Vice project as I want to be for the next components that I was planning on forging. So I'm a little behind on my regular work. So I have got to work on that first before I can do that. See here. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and chisel this next pair here. You guys may continue to talk amongst yourselves. You're probably going to do that regardless of my permission or two or not. Which is good. I like when blacksmiths can talk to each other. Alright, that's getting a little crooked. Might add a little bit of crook to it to begin with. I'm just going to get some rough marks on this. And I'm going to take another heat on this one. I kind of fooled around with it too much. Got back to the fire. Alright. Beer and hammer? Good. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, there we go. Well, no questions for me yet. That's good. That's good. Continue to talk. Continue to talk amongst yourselves. Daniel Moss, keep the live stream chat going. Just keep talking. In my absence. Alright. Graham Pepper, thank you for the $2 super chat, my friend. And that's $2 Australia, which is $1.50 American, it shows. So thank you for that. Nova Metal says, can I have a shout out? Well, there's your shout out. Blue Star Industry Arts, I am making some tongs for trade for a mechanical iron worker. That is what I am doing, sir. Alright. So I'm going to offset these tongs real quick. The boss of these pair. Just where they're more lozenge shape. Voila. Brush these off a little bit. These will have to be adjusted later on once I knock them together. So, but we got one half, one jaw done anyhow. So there you have it. That one's done. We'll just set that off to the side to cool while I work on the other one. Let's see here. Coffee Sport says, just keep working and pretend we're not here. There you go. I am burning. It looks ferocious, doesn't it? I'm just using bimutamus coal. Jim Bob the Impaler, yes, I'm loving the spring. Yeah, Don Fry, this was, I like this style anvil too. This was my dream anvil and I finally was able to get it. After a lot of years of saving up for it. Yeah, 550. Chandler's Hammer's all the way up to that. That's cool. So, Graham Pepper, you have a t-shirt for me, eh? What type of t-shirt is this? Hold on, hold that thought while I chisel this real quick. And then I'll find out what you meant, sir. There we go. By the way, if you guys can't tell, these wolf jaw tongs here are for holding much smaller stock. So, for a lot lighter stock sizes. The guy that I'm trading these to, he's an older gentleman, and he doesn't do any of the big heavy stuff anymore. He does mostly light work. So, if you're thinking to yourself, the jaws look a mite bit small, that's what they are. They are a little bit small. Let's see here. Mark asks, yes, occasionally I'll still use it if I can get it out of the slack tub in the winter when it's frozen solid. I like that. Graham, which came first? Butyrus or anthracite? Yeah. Matt Branscombe, he's asked, Roy, forgive me as I'm new to your channel. Do you own your shop? Is it on your property or at your house, or do you rent, lease? I rent my house, and part of my rental agreement, part of my rent with my house, my landlord, who sadly passed away, is and mentor. He was an old blacksmith, and he thought it was a cool idea that I wanted to do some blacksmithing, so he allowed me to build my own shop here where I rent at, and I don't pay any rent on the building per se. Oh, Paul Fontani, good to have you. Thanks for dropping on by. Cool. All right. Get this heated up. Let's see here. We're about 33 minutes in. Somebody's guess of Roy only getting done 1.5 pairs of tongs might be accurate as all heck. Oh, you might be very, 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 very right. You get the heat where I need it. Ian Lowe, yep, you're right. Bimutamus is soft coal and anthracite's hard coal. I don't know about that. You must be pretty buffed in the upper arms, huh? I don't know. Probably not. Not as much as you think. How do you get on with that snail, Roy? Not sure what you mean by the snail, Dan. Oh, with the blower. I like the blower pretty well. It does really well. The only time I dislike it is whenever I'm heating something larger. Oh, it's called a snail. Cool. I'm assuming that's because of the slow way of heating or blowing air. I like it really well for temperature control. This obviously would never work with something like Coke, I wouldn't think. So, oh, it's the shape. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see it, Dan. I can see it now. Yeah, so I like the blower pretty well. It's got a lot of control for me. And I have a big problem of not paying attention and burning pieces. So, it works in that regards. If I had an electric blower, I'd burn more things than I would get stuff forged. So, all right, I'll offset this next. Good enough. There's the other half. Those wolf jaws. That's not 9 million degrees right now. So after I get done a lot of my tongs, I'll set them off the side of the forge to cool, just out in the coal. And then, like I said, later on, I'll drill these and then knock them together. What I call knocking them together is just putting a rivet in them and then finishing them out. Touch mark and all that good business. See us here. Donna Roberts, we'll see you later. Thank you for being here. Daniel Moss just got blocked for sending too many messages. Shouldn't have any blockages on you there, pal. I just saw you here. You're probably talking to somebody else. Not you, it was YouTube. Okay. Huh. That's weird. Yeah, YouTube's a bit of a weird place right now with their algorithms and stuff like that, Dan, so anything's possible. So for all of us American blokes out there, 172 kilograms, what is that in poundage? Quick! CDN2? Yep. Spam preventing probably, yep. It's amazing what YouTube will police and other stuff that they won't police. It's amazing. 340 pounds. Golly, that is a big hammer. I know Kitty was a big girl there. Just didn't know how big. Okay, divide kilograms by 2.2 to get pounds. Cool. Granddad's Forge, yeah. YouTube is Big Brother. I gotta watch what I say because, we don't want them to demonetize this stream, do we? Oh. Never can tell. So somebody asked about the swab. Here, you seen it. Again. I like using the swab quite a bit just to cool the reins of stuff, or where I'm working on a longer bar that I don't want the heat to travel, I'll use it as a heat sink. Minnesota Dad, cheers to you as well. Happy Wednesday. Okay, yup, my bad, multiply. Drayson 69. Corey Shire. Yep, Big Brother is watching. He's watching you. Yep, that's true. Well, I don't know if it's true. They're CDN2. Rather, Alex videos, I would imagine so, just because of the knife and sword related content. But he's got enough Patreon people, he's got enough deals with ads and advertisers and sponsors and things like that. I don't think it hurts him much. And in fact, there's different tiers of people, by the way. So once you get over a certain subscriber amount, you're in a different tier, and then a different pricing bracket for ads, distribution, and things like that. So he might bypass quite a bit of that. Yeah. Confusion over the conversion stuff. I'm trying to get better. Hello, that is hilarious. He was advertising Dollar Shave Club tonight. I don't know what it was. I didn't think Alec could grow a beard. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he can. He just likes to keep it nice and smooth, buttery smooth, you know, for the ladies. I don't know. The facial hair growth that you see that I have now, it took me forever to get there. I mean, I don't think I started actually getting notable facial hair till I was 22. And that wasn't that too long ago, so. Evan Carmichael, how you doing? Good to have you in the house. Thank you for watching my channel. I'm doing great. We're just blacksmithing and making some tongs here. Ah, cool. Buttery smooth. Just get close to the forge. Poof, and it's gone. Yep. I've done that before lighting my gas forge. Catch all this on fire. Right puffed up and gone. So. Yeah, I think it's 30 something here. 30 something, so. Alright, I'm going to stop jammering and I'm going to start hammering, so. There you go. See, I can knock off Alex Steele's thing. I can say, let's stop jammering, let's start hammering. So this next pair of tongs I'm working on is the bolt jaw tongs. If I can find the punch mark. Should have done this before I got it so hot. Oh, come on now. That's how it always works. Alright, that's good enough for one heat there. We'll keep working that out here in a second. Get the other one hammered. See, am I missing anything? Good to go. Thank you, Daniel. I like to do as my old instructor said, Wayne Apgar, get it hot and hit it hard. He yelled at me. Well, he made me class example more than one time. So, more than one time in my studying underneath him. Alright, this will be hot enough. Hopefully I can find that mark and get hammering on it a little quicker. There she be. Alright, I better stop hitting it, because about this time, Wayne Apgar would run over to my forge, tear the piece of material out of my hand, and yell at everybody, get it hot and hit it hard. So, that was hot enough to put back in the forge. Let's see here. What weight, Don Fry, what weight of hammer do you use? 1 3/4 pounds. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody's comments. If you need me directly, either put hashtag Roy in them. That way I can find them. Or use that super chat feature. Not only to support the forge here, but to get your answer highlighted. It highlights it for a period of time, and I can look. I got like a little monetization thing here that'll tell me when somebody has donated. So, George Mew, good night. We'll see you later. All right. Get back to hammering here in just a second. Just work, Roy, you're good. Good. I don't like to be unsociable and all. And I still like to hang out with everybody. It's good to have all my favorites here. Almost all my favorites here. All the regulars. And it's a real honor to have Evan Carmichael in the house, watching, if he's still watching. He's an entrepreneur and motivational speaker that I watch on a regular basis, so if anybody got a chance to go check out his channel, do that. If you need some motivation to get off your butt and make things happen, it's a great channel for that. Alright. Alright, it's good and hot. Get back to hammering. About right. Get that good and cleaned up. Alright, that's good. So before I stick that back in the fire, I'm going to forge the other one to about the same length there. I'm just going to set it off to the side and get the other one out. There we go. Be good and hot. Yeah, there we are. Got it right. Alright, so there we go. Those are both about right. Once again, this end will have to be trimmed up a little bit at the end. Show us your hammer, please, Roy. Also, you're holding it right. Cool. my hammer. I'll get into that, Dan. Thank you for the suggestion. Let's put this fire back in control. So this is the hammer I'm using. This is one I made in class with Tom Latine. This was a class project. It is a piece of wrought iron with steel faces welded in. There's a bird's mouth weld here, where the mouth's like this and the hard carbon bit's inserted and welded. And then this here is a butt weld or a jump weld the face on. High carbon steel face. This hammer is my daily hammer. It is 1 3/4 pounds. Don't know what the handle length is on it. I buy as long as a handle as I can get factory made, and I will buy a longer handle if I can find them someday. Andrew Freeman, God bless you. Thank you for being here. So this hammer handle would be considered a 14-inch hammer handle. I would do 16 or better if I could get it. Graham Pepper, that'd be a good one. You say nothing and I try making it in 5 minutes. I still don't know if I could get it done in that quick. Let's see here. Crazy Paint 1969. The reason why we use steel rivets in most work is it has a higher tensile strength than brass. You know, especially like in a pair of tongs, you're constantly going to be getting your tongs hot, and that would make the brass eventually soften and fail. So you won't want that in tongs. If it's decorative work and they're going to be decorative rivets and not a structural connection, brass would be a perfectly fine option, I would imagine. Let's see here. So real quick status update. We have 63 people watching, 50 likes. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. And my time's almost expired. Almost expired, so we'll see how we do here. I'm going to at least get these bent into shape before I call it good. Yeah. Hey, you're welcome, Thomas and Marzan. Good to have you here. Use steel rivets because they are tight. LOL. Good. Don Fry. Yep. God bless you. Good night. Thank you for being here. You're welcome. Alright, so now I'm going to do the offsetting of the boss now on these because I'm going to do the bending then of the actual bolt jaw portion. I probably didn't say it. This pair I'm making is a pair of bolt jaws. The last pair that I won't have time to do will be pickup tongs. That takes a lot of drawing out. Let's see if I can get them done. Short period of time. See what happens. Awesome, Jerry K. Good to have you. Glad you just subscribed there, buddy. Alright. That little bit of rounding that I do isn't for any purpose whatsoever other than the fact of to give on this styling of tong other than just to give it some good looks. If you were doing a traditional tong, that little offset or that roundness would come into play to help your hinge joint be able to hinge freely without grinding or rubbing, so to speak. But on this particular style of tongs, that's not really needed. It's more for aesthetic than anything. All right. Oh. You're welcome, Minnesota Dad. I'm glad you enjoyed my enthusiasm and smile. Sometimes I have a tough day and I don't smile so much, and it might come across my videos, and I apologize for that. Yep, Big D, I will be doing a Friday night demonstration as well. I'll either be demonstrating, I haven't quite decided yet, because I'm behind on orders currently. I may just take and do a just a live Q&A and just kind of a hangout session on Friday night. So, we'll have to see how it goes. Depends on what I can get done. Alright. One of these. Okay, I need this one to still offset yet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. You guys just keep talking amongst yourselves. And I'm going to work. I'm making lozenge-like shapes in the steel. Good to go. Alrighty. Good night, Pastor Jay. Cool, Graham Pepper. I might just have to do that. Fill orders while you guys fire out questions. Yeah, I would like to do that. Do one on the cross king hammer. That would be good. Alright. Okay. So now I'm going to bend this down at about a 90-degree angle. Try not to jack these all up here. And I should probably get that on get that a little hotter there. Yep, I'm going to get that just a wee hotter yet. All you can see is that hat, Ian Lowe. That's funny. He's got a real interesting hat, Purgatory Ironworks does. A little cooler than mine. Yep, burning the midnight oil. That hat deserves its own show. If only it could talk, I bet. Alright, let's do this again here. This time I'm just going to start over the bit since that's what I went to last time. Let's straighten back out. Probably should just go to the vise with this, but make it a lot easier on me. Wouldn't be fighting so bad. Trying to keep you all in frame perspectively. So, perspectively, yeah. Perspectively so. There we go. A flat cap, Yorkshire headwear. Cool. That's what it is. Panda said, is it possible to heat rebar enough to forge with a handheld propane tank? Yes, probably could. You would have to maybe fire it against a fire brick. And depending on the size of rebar. That would make a big difference. Mark S., what is the most difficult piece I've made for a buyer and the most bizarre item? That would be for a piece that went all the way to Australia. It was a copper bowl stand and tree and things, and the guy was using it to send and receive messages from the universe. That both was the weirdest and probably the most complicated job. So, Shire. It's pronounced sure. Huh! Yorkshire, not Yorkshire. Okay. Good to know. I will commit that to memory. And these are going to definitely take some adjustment later on, but you guys get kind of the precept. How those work. Sure, bingo. Thank you so much for person that ever heard get it right. Like the video just for the hat. Cool, Ian Love. Thank you for liking the video just for that. Yep, Scott Elliott. Scott Elliott. A midweek treat. Sure, not sure. Isn't it funny how different people from around the world can see a word and pronounce it completely differently? You'll find that a lot here in America, just depending on where you're from. People will pronounce things all sorts of goofy on you. Alright, so live stream is going well. Up that inner radius. Like I said, I'll do all my little adjustments and stuff. These are by no means finished tongs. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this notch right in there. Let me get my pointer finger. Somebody said they spit soda all over an expensive keyboard, but there you go. That little pointer finger there, I'm going to put a cut right in there. Notch. To hold the stock. I am not taking and setting the rivets today. This was just, I get all my tong ends roughed out, all the jaw, I get all the range drawn out first, then I do all the nibs or the jaws of the tongs, and then I do it all in one stroke. I get them all drilled, and then I get all the rivet work done all at one time. It's more productive for me that way. You can do however you like, though. You definitely don't have to do it the way that I do them. I just found that that's the most productive way for me to get them done. And in the last stage of forging as well, once I get them all knocked together or riveted together, I will go ahead and adjust them for the bar stock that they're going to hold, everything like that. But I just don't do that at this stage. I just get stuff roughed in and then later refine it. There you have it. Somebody talking about the pointer finger? Yeah, Adam. Yeah, it's a funny one, so. Let's see here. The matte Branscombe, the material that I'm bringing it out right now, I'm not getting it nearly as hot. It looks bright there. It's like a bright orange, and then it's probably dull orange before I put it back in the fire. It looks a lot hotter. Well, by the time I put it back in the fire, it's pretty much black on my end, and it probably still looks cherry on your guys' end there. So, see here, Grayson69, he has a making video pointer about as intense as when I tried making a Dragon Claw bottle opener. Yeah. You know, the fingers and stuff, they're kind of tricky because, you know, you got all these digits and you think, sure, okay, well, you know, there's only 5 digits. But to get each one of those out of the way so you can get your forging on each finger done and get that joint cleaned up, your saw cut or your chisel cut, it's a real bear to get in there. Probably some specialized tooling would be in order, would be a lot better. Okay, so let's see here. Get this done. Good. Just aiming for center. It's the most important thing right now. Don't end up with a goofy pair of tongs. All right. Good enough. Alright. So there we go. There we go. Like hour and 8 minutes. I was able to rough out the nibs on both my wolf jaw tongs and my bolt jaw tongs. So pretty excited about that. It's pretty good. I think while I'm at it, might give it a go and just try to, I might go a little longer. I'm just going to go ahead and rough out the jaws on my pickup tongs. So that's those there going to go in. I am going to do one thing, however. I am going to deepen these punch marks. That'll save me a lot of time trying to find it in the forge. There we go. Those are going to get forged out anyhow, so I should be able to find those suckers. So, since I'm also not paying attention to the stream so much, if y'all can make sure that you keep the stream nice, good, and clean, with good, clean humor and stuff like that, I greatly appreciate it. You know, it does affect the monetization and things of videos afterwards. So, just something to think about there. Graham Pepper, thank you for stopping in, and thank you again, once again, for the $2 super chat. I really greatly appreciate that. God bless you, buddy. We'll catch you on the next one. You like the coal rake hand. Yeah, Chris Spalding. I got that over here. Not using it tonight. Not raking too much coal. Yeah, there's a coal rake hand. Oh, Nathan Schultz, good to see you. Not much, just working. See, I even chased knuckles into it. I don't know if anybody can see those or not. And the little fingertips. You can see the fingertips and the knuckles. Oh, I thought that was, once again, a gimmick. It was funny. I thought it'd make a good video. Oh. Gotta have a little humor in your life from now and then. Yeah, need a hand, LOL. That was actually way easier. You know, you basically just cut it out as a flat, out of a flat sheet with a plasma cutter or whatever you got. I've got a plasma cutter. You could saw it out, and then all you gotta do is chisel in the little finger lines and stuff. and nail lines after that. It didn't take that long. Probably the longest portion of it was making the actual handle and attaching it. See here. Drayson69, bless your oil. Huge thank you. Yep. Alright, be well, Drayson69. Yep, you're very welcome for the Chandler hammer thing. I just wanted to help support the guy. God bless you and have a good evening. Somebody asked, elaborate on the monetary outcome based on chat. Oh, so basically, like, you know, things that demonetize videos is cuss words, any sort of profanity whatsoever, derogative statements towards a particular faith, race, religion, anything like that, gender, you name it, stuff like that. It'll end up flagging videos as unmonetizable. And not necessarily demonetized, but not suitable for all advertisers. And so that means not all ads will play on your videos, and so therefore you get, for the views that you may get out of the video, now you don't get them. Well, they penalize the creator for the chat, because we're meant to moderate our chat and set up moderators to moderate our live streams and things like that, to keep it clean, so to speak. Some people don't care about that at all, and they get really filthy with it and stuff. But I like to keep the chat clean if I can, so. You should do a foot poker. That's funny. Jake Carey. Somebody's asked questions. I don't know. Didn't see it. Anyways, I'm going to get at hammering these things here in a sec once they get hot. So that's what I mean by the monetization of the chat. Unless you admit something about the super chat, but I think we all know how that works. But, Steve Larson, I guess, yeah, that is a way that you can get around it. Maybe the bots won't see that one. Mainly I like to keep the chat friendly too, because I've got a couple 12-year-old kids that watch, some 14-year-olds, things like that, just kids, man. And I know that they may be used to hearing all that stuff at school and stuff these days, but I don't. You know, I don't believe that they should have to deal with all that nastiness out there. I wouldn't want my kids exposed to some guy speaking his mind and being potty-mouthed and everything else. So don't ask Dan about pro versus non-pro. We have a different opinion on what pro is, lol. Yeah, that could be a lengthy chat. Yep, Corey Shire, kids and families watch these videos. That's why I keep it clean if I can. I like it to be a safe place for everyone to enjoy the subject of blacksmithing. Yeah, you're just kind of hosed, Matt Branscombe. You can't really remove chat. All you can do is not enable it to begin with, which is kind of pointless. You guys can't interact with me. So after the video's over, you can't go back in and remove live chat. Oh. We'll cover the mouse when they hear or read a bad or strong word. That's funny, Marquez. My kids do the same thing. There was a kid at the library the other night. I'll tell this little story, and my material is way hot enough, so I'm going to stop cranking on that. My kids were at the library the other night, and there was some little boy, and he was talking about, I don't know, just something that, like, 9-year-old boys might say, something kind of gross stuff, you know, about boogers and things of that nature. Yeah, the usual moderators ain't here. But anyways, so what he was saying, he was saying some stuff, and my daughter is like, she come up to her and she goes, "You shouldn't speak like that." She's like, "Let's try using kind words," you know. This is my daughter. She's like, she is 5 years old this year, yeah. Oh, she's like, you just shouldn't speak like that. Let's use kind words. I was so proud of her. Oh, all right, I'm going to hammer these out here real quick and hush for a moment. Alright, I've got that kind of roughed out. Just real quick, now I'll go to the horn next time. This looks white hot. It's not, it's just the camera. It's already down to a dull orange. Oh, the mouth of babes. Yeah, that's fun. Alright, get this next one done. I told you I was going to shut up and start hammering, so that's all I'm going to do. Each stage of the tongs, I like taking to the same exact stage before they go back in the fryer. Even if I've got a little heat left in this one, I'll just take it to the same length and stop. That way, visually, I keep them even as I go. Let's hear. Everybody's testing Dan. All right, everybody lay off Dan. Everybody lay off Dan. Dan, buddy, I don't think you win the argument. I think everybody feels that you're pretty much a professional smith. Me included. Not because that it is your solid profession, but just because of your character in the forge and the quality of your work. That's what it means. To me, anyhow. Scott Elliott, I have no clue. I'm assuming there's a patent date on the side of this forge blower of like 1906. So, I don't know how old it is. You're welcome, Dan. I think that's one of those things that if you watch Daniel Moss's videos, and by the way, I suggest you go over there and check him out and subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely worth the watch. You know, I think a lot of the points that sometimes Dan makes is, and that I try to get across as well, is don't get too hung up on the terminology of things. You know, it really does matter kind of how your work looks at the end of the day. It's the quality of your ironwork that matters. Because that's the part of you that you're leaving behind for everybody else to see for the rest of your life. So, to me, that matters more than whether somebody considers me a professional, a novice, an amateur. None of that matters to me. It's the level of ironwork that I produce, and at the end of the day, do I feel good about myself? You know, when I walk out. And like J.G. Clark 45 just said, yes, let the work speak for itself. I've met a lot of people who have blacksmithed their entire lives and don't make very attractive ironwork. And then I've met guys who've only been smithing a couple years that make some of the prettiest stuff you've ever seen. So, I think it's just the quality of the work after it's all said and done. And I believe there's always room for learning something new from someone new. Alright, so there we go. Not too bad. Gotta keep going. Alright. David Codfish, good to see you here. Alright. Let's keep it clean, fellas. I don't want to have to block some of my favorite people or put you in timeout session. Let's keep it clean. Alright, get this other one drawn out here. Alrighty, there we go. There's another one. Keep these good and hot. Stretch them out just a bit more. Alright. So we got in the chat. No, not a timeout. Oh. Okay, Travis Michael. Hey Roy, what would you suggest making for guys starting out? As far as a tooling, artwork, what you asking for there? Rigid Ironworks. Yes, I was raised in a, how do I say, moderately Christian home. So that means we associated as non-denominational believers, but didn't really do stuff that was fruitful of that. I won't put you in timeout, Dan. You guys are alright. I didn't know what your guys' comment was going on. All I heard was Willie going on, and just wanted to keep it clean. Yeah, give it some beams. Hit it hard. There you go. I like those. More like artwork to sell. If you're just a beginner, you need to get good at your fundamentals first. So any fundamental forging things that you can include, like S-hooks, drive-in wall hooks, things like that, you can get started with those. J-hooks, hooks if you're trying to sell and make a living at it. You know, you have to make a lot of them and find that right market for them. But they're a great thing to start with and allow you to progress in your skills and abilities, and then after that slowly ramp your way up to some of the more organic type stuff and things like that. Try leaves, you know, on door handle, door pulls, stuff like that. Those can sell well for a beginner and help sharpen your skill. You're welcome. Alright. These are almost hot enough to do something with. I'm going to get these hot one last time. Finish drawing them out. And then I'm going to end the live stream so I can go have my movie night with my wife and kids. So right now we got 60 people in the stream. 80 people liked it. Thank you all so much for that. Thank you all for being a part of the stream tonight and hanging out with me as I'm just burning a little midnight oil getting stuff done. What you're watching, Dan, is just me making some tongs for a fellow smith to take and get in trade for a mechanical iron worker. He's going to give me a mechanical iron worker. I'm going to trade him a couple sets of tongs, well, 5 pairs of tongs, and get it. No for moving night. Oh, movie night. Oh, what am I watching? We're going to be watching Wall-E. W-A-L-L-E, I think it is. It's about a little robot kind of thing. Good film. So, we're just going to watch it at home on the screen, so. Yep, Wall-E. There you go, yep. Yeah, I like that film too. You know, it's meant to be for kids, but I guess I'm just a big kid because I enjoyed it. So, you guys can't even see all the work I'm putting into it here. I'll back you up a little bit so you can see that. See it move a little bit. Alright, we'll keep drawing this out. A fuzz. Since I'm getting close, I'm going to start drawing it this way on the flat. That way I can keep it maintained and in check. And all I'm doing is aiming to draw these out to the other side of the anvil's edge. So once I get there, I'm happy. And that's where I'll end it. Yep. So that's there. Now this is pretty much at a red heat. It may look a little hotter than that. Red, now it's into a black heat for sure. And all I'm doing is just cleaning it up. Taking all the lumpy out of it. Somewhat. Alright. There you go. Yep, Eva. It's Wally's girlfriend. There you go. Now I'll do the other one. Make sure it's good and hot though. Alright. Antonio Molina, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. It's amazing to me how much work you can get done if you're not on film. And you're just hammering in your shop. Nice and quiet like. Alright. There we have it. Those are a little lumpier than the other ones, so I'm going to clean it up a bit more. These blows are not forging blows, they're just planishing blows. Alright. Last thing to do on these is to offset that rein. To offset the tong reins from the boss. So I'm going to do that now. Hey Joe Hammond, that's awesome. Glad you got to make a nice set of tongs. That's a nice handle, dude. How do you like it? Daniel Moss, I love it. Olga here, the old girl, she's proven out to be pretty darn good. 465 pounds, so. It's a great anvil. Did some saving to get it. Adam WNC, good. I thought I was subbed. Am now. Cool, glad you're subbed. Make sure to hit that little jingly bell for notifications for when I put videos up. YouTube doesn't just automatically recommend them to you, so. No, not really. My ears don't. Other when I'm doing on live streams, things like that, videos, I keep the hearing protection off, but I usually wear these. Hold on a sec. If it's cold in the shop, I'll wear these here. And then if it's hot in the shop, I'll use the disposable earplugs. So that way my ears don't sweat so bad. Yep. Rigid Ironworks, good night. Enjoy your dinner. See you on Friday. The weight of the gas bottle behind me is 100 pounds. They call it a 100-pound propane cylinder. All right. Alright, got the little offset in there. That half's done. So there you go. And now for the last one. The same offset. good enough for now. Sometimes I have to remind myself I still got a lot of forging left to do on these, so I don't have to get them so perfect right now at this moment in time. They're going to be better off a little later on. Oh. There you have it. So those two will cross each other like so. And then obviously you'll make the tongs to pick up as pickup tongs. I'll usually do the final shaping of the pickup tong at a later time. So, you know, after they're knocked together, then I adjust them while they're together versus the other ones. So there you have it, fellas, ladies, gentlemen. There's all those roughed out there. Hour and 36 minutes. Can't beat that. Titanic. Oh. Thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. Thank you, Daniel Moss. Appreciate the compliments on the work there. Greatly appreciate that. Oh. All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it a night there, fellas and ladies. If there's any ladies in the stream, thank you all for watching. Thank you for being a part here. I'm going to head inside, get washed up, and have a little movie night. Thank you all, by the way, everyone who has supported Chandler, everybody who has bid on the hammer that I made for him. I really greatly appreciate that. I expect great things from Chandler. Sounds like he's pretty stoked about his move and moving on, so I really hope that that works out really well for him. You know, sometimes the things in life that knock us down are really just a push in the right direction. And, you know, that's something that I hope everybody can keep in mind. Maybe you're getting pushed around a bit in life, and you just have to take it. Remember, sometimes those are a nudge in the right direction when we need to change some things about ourselves or about our personal situations that we have at hand in business and life and things like that. But anyways, enough of me waffling on about that. Thank you all for being a part of this live stream. Thank you for everybody being here, keeping the chat clean. Greatly do appreciate that on the monetary end of things. God bless you all. And like I always say, we will catch you all on the next one. You all have a great evening, and we'll see you Friday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. Good night, all. Thank you for being here. God bless you.